10.1 Exponents. Power, a product of repeated factors. Base, the base of a power is the common factor. Exponent, the exponent of a power indicates the number of times the base is used as a factor. If we have in 1/2 that quantity to the 5th power, our base is 1/2, our exponent is 5. This whole thing, 1/2 to the 5th power is our power, this whole thing. So this means that 1/2 to the 5th power is 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. So 1/2 is used as a factor 5 times. Write each product using exponents. The quantity -7 times the quantity -7 times the quantity -7. Well, this is going to be written 3 times. So we have the quantity -7. When I say the quantity, that means that it's in parentheses. And that's the 3rd power. Letter B, we have pi, this is the pi, 2 times. And we have r 3 times. So we have pi to the 2nd power, r to the 3rd power. Try the next 2 on your own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The quantity 1/4 to the 5th power. For letter C, if you guys did not put the parentheses in there, you need to make sure you do that. Because if you just have 1/4 to the 5th power, you're only saying 1 to the 5th power, not 4 to the 5th power. You don't want that. All right, letter D, this is 3/10 to the 4th power, x squared. Example 2, evaluating expressions. -2 to the 4th power. That's -2 times -2 times the quantity -2 times the quantity -2, which is going to equal 2 times 2, sorry, -2 times -2 is positive 4, times -2 is a -8, times -2 is a positive 16. Now this one is -2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So there's only one negative. This is not in parentheses. These actually don't equal the same thing. The number 16 is the same, but this is actually -16. So be careful. If it doesn't have parentheses, this means there's only one negative. All right, using order of operations. Evaluate each expression. 3 plus 2 times 3 to the 4th power, which is 81. This is your first step. Then you do 2 times 81, which is 162. You'll add 3. That's 165. Letter H. 3 to the 3rd minus 8 squared divided by 2. I'm going to start with 3 to the 3rd, which is 27. Minus 8 squared, which is 64, divided by 2. I'm going to divide these two, so 27 minus 32, which gives me the answer of -5. All right, go try the next 4. All right, this is going to be -625. There's only one negative, there's no parentheses. Letter J, -1 divided by 216. Letter K, this is going to be a -27 divided by 27, the absolute value, which the absolute value of -1, that equals 1. 9 minus 2 to the 5th power is 32 times 5/10. So that's 9 minus 16, that's a -7. All right, real life application example 4. In sphering, a person is secured inside a small hollow sphere that is surrounded by a larger sphere. The space between the spheres is inflated with air. What is the volume of the inflated space? So we have the inner space and we have the outer space. Let's start with the outer space. The volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. This is an equation you should remember from a previous chapter. So this is going to be 4/3 pi times the radius, which half of 3 is 1.5. So that's going to be 1 5/10 cubed. So 4/3 pi times 3 and 375 thousandths. So that is 14 1/10 cubic meter. Then we want to find the inner space. Same equation, volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So that's 4/3 pi times, the radius is 1, so 1 cubed. So 4/3 pi times 1. This equals 4 2/10 cubic meters. So we want to find out the space between the two. So I'm going to take 14 1/10 and subtract 4 2/10. That gives me 9 9/10 cubic meters. Great job. Go work on big ideas.